I never could have guessed. This was the weirdest, most wonderful problem I ever heard of. Are you ready for some good news? The Word of God is cause for everlasting joy. There's a problem. Your airplane's been delayed on the island, Those are the words I heard in June of 2014 after my daughter and I had been on 5 planes. Raleigh to Los Angeles to Sydney, Australia, Sydney to Brisbane, Brisbane to Port Moresby, Papua New Guinea, and then Port Moresby to Ukarumpa in the eastern highlands of Papua New Guinea. All we needed was one more little flight, one more 45-minute flight in the missionary plane to the little island in the coast of Papua New Guinea in the Madang province. Just one more flight and we would have made it to the big party. But suddenly it was all in question as the aviation manager joined us by the dirt runway with a sober face saying, a problem, a huge... We traveled around the world because my daughter and I felt called to join our Wycliffe missionaries, Jeff and Sissy DeJournes, for a big party celebrating the completion of the New Testament in the Arab Lokep language. Our church had been supporting the DeJournes for 2.5 decades as they moved to a 15-mile wide island in Papua New Guinea in order to befriend a people group who had no Bible. In fact, they had no written language. So for 27 years, Jeff and Sissy had labored to put the language into writing, translate the New Testament, and teach the people to read. The Arab Lokep people had been preparing for over a year, growing gardens and raising pigs for a big feast. What better party to attend than a people getting their first ever Bible? So there we were at the missionary aviation headquarters in the eastern highlands of Papua New Guinea, awaiting one more plane ride. We'd spent about 35 hours in airports and planes to get to this point, only to hear the man say there's a problem on the island, a huge... Ever notice that your mind can race to about 1,000 places in less than a second? My mind went berserk. A huge what? A huge storm? A huge tidal wave? A huge engine failure? A huge revolt? What huge thing could possibly be delaying our little plane? Well, never in a million years could I have guessed how the aviation manager would fill in the blank. Your flight is going to be delayed, he said, because on the island, a huge celebration has broken out at the grass runway. The local people have gathered by the hundreds that are dancing and celebrating around the plane so much that the pilots think it will take at least 30 minutes to clear the runway so that they can take off and come and get you. The Bible had arrived to their island and a holy riot had broken out. They had no cars, no electricity, no bank accounts, no houses. But they had more life than most people I meet in a day in my own prosperous country. Jesus makes you alive on the inside. That's what the Word of God's about, and that's the gospel. That's today's daily devotional. You can get more by clicking right here, or better yet, subscribe and start out every day with good news.